Well, I suppose at some point we should explain what the Ezekiel Commission means to us, and now's as good a time as any. Josh and I were not pastors or educated or trained or anything special. We're just, I work in construction and he works in the service industry, so we're just guys that seek the Lord. But when I was 18 years old, I was reading Ezekiel, and I think it's in chapter 4, if I'm not mistaken. But God tells Ezekiel, I'm sending you to the people of Israel, the exiled people of Israel, and you tell them what I speak to you. You need to warn them. And if they hear you, awesome. If they hear you and do it, awesome. And if they don't do it, but you told them, then their blood's on their head. But if you don't tell them and they die in their sin, then their blood's on your head. And that immediately linked in that I was just having devotion. I was like, at the time, I was like, oh, Old Testament, not a big deal. You know, this is past already. And it linked to the parable of the talents and God giving us certain talents and expecting that we're going to use them to advance his kingdom. And the one who took their talent kept it to themselves and didn't want to share it with anybody else, didn't want to go and work, didn't share the wealth basically and go and tell what God was doing. He was cast out. So ultimately, I tied those together and then started thinking about Israel. Started thinking about how they were chosen to be the people of God, and they were chosen to take the knowledge of God to the world. And they said, instead, stayed at home and they threw a party and said, we're chosen, yay! We've got God, and you don't. And I started thinking, man, am I doing that? Am I saying, okay, well, you know what? Who cares about the rest of everybody else? They don't want to hear it anyway. I'm not even going to tell them. I have a relationship with the Lord, and I'm just going to say, okay, well, I'm just going to hang tight till Jesus comes back, and then I'll go to heaven. And that hit pretty hard. So the Ezekiel Commission to me is very much like the Great Commission. And notice, though, the difference. Great Commission was sent to unbelievers. Ezekiel was sent to his own nation that was chosen by God, that thought that they were doing well, but weren't. And there are a lot of people out there right now that think that they are saved because they go to church, or because they do things for God, or because they're a pastor, or because they've gone out and have spiritual gifts. And Jesus made it really clear. On that day, many will come to me and say, but Lord, we did this miracle in your name and cast out demons in your name and did all these things in your name. And he'll say, I never knew you. So the point is, does he know you? Do you have that relationship with him? It's not about the church. It's not about fellowship. It's not about what you do. It's not about anything but whether or not you have that relationship with Jesus. And that's the Ezekiel Commission, is going out and telling the people that maybe think they're Christians, that maybe they're not. But that's something that they have to come to terms with on their own. They have to talk to the Lord and see if that relationship is there. And if it's not, start one. Just start one. It's obviously, it goes back to motives before that. Some people want to be Christians, or they like to think that they're saved, but they still want to rule their own life. They don't want to give up who they are to become who he is. And, that's just the way of mankind to an extent. But he'll work through that with you. If you honestly seek God and you honestly want to follow in his way, if you love him, then ask him to change your heart, and he will. He absolutely will, 100%. So that's the Ezekiel commission, and I really pray for you guys, and that the Lord does bless you, and that he brings you all to a place where you're walking with him, and it's just you and him, and then he'll bring you other people after that. But the first thing is him and that relationship with him. So love you guys. I will talk to you later.